Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your April 2023 tarot card reading. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for being here. For those of you who are new, my name is Jane. So this month is a very exciting month. Now we are going to be talking about the astrology in a separate video, just like I did last month. So be sure to check in the next couple of days to kind of get that astrological forecast update as well. This video, we are focusing on the tarot card predictions. So you are welcome to watch for either your sun, moon, or rising sign, whichever you feel compelled to do. Also, just to keep in mind that if you are a member on the website, don't forget to log in to view the comprehensive reading. If you're not, you can still always just purchase a one-off, just like always. But if you would like to become a member, all that information is in the description box down below. So we're going to keep that short and sweet today. Let's go ahead and get into the reading. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you in just a sec. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your monthly tarot card reading for April 2023. We are going to get started with a card from my intuitive deck here. So let's take a look and see what comes through. Okay. I don't know that this is the time to spend any energy on being confused about something. Okay? You don't have to worry so much about how you're going to go about doing. Like, this is a great time to just keep doing what you're doing and to have a lot of trust and a lot of faith that the right things are going to be coming in. Because I'm kind of seeing these things on the side here coming in at every angle. And these are really, really, really small things. People, phone calls, financial opportunities, whatever, they're all coming in, but they're all here sort of keeping you going straight. I don't know that the universe is wanting you to completely veer off course right now with Mars in your sign. This is about going directly in the place that your mind has really just set itself to. You don't have to overthink. You don't have to second guess. You don't have to go back and revise. You just keep going straight. And I'm seeing, what I'm hearing is like you have the green light, Cancer. Your plans have been green lighted. Your projects have been like whatever. And let's say you have a certain something that you're trying to manifest. Let's say you're trying to manifest a romantic partner, okay? I also don't even know that you need to spend a lot of time doing that, because as you're going straight, it's likely that your potential new significant other is gonna pop in. That new person is a part of you going straight. It's a part of you on this current path that you're already on. You're not needing to make all sorts of revisions to anything. It's like, just keep going, just keep doing this, just keep, doing your goals and paying attention to your body and paying attention to your intuition and keep working and, whatever it is, just keep going. There doesn't seem to be a lot of advice here in terms of doing anything different or doing anything differently. So what else does the universe need from you, Cancer, as we pull out a major arcana card for you? The Fool. It's like the current path is actually leading you to a whole new beginning. And I know that sounds very generic with the Fool card. And I know you probably can't see it yet because you're looking around at your life and you're like, okay, well, my work is the same. My romantic situation is the same. My home is the same. Everything is the same, Jane. So why are you telling me it's going to be a whole new beginning? It's probably going to be a really subtle new beginning, quote unquote, that just kind of also just pops in. It's what we call in the New Age community a timeline shift that is not even noticeable at all. And this month might be the month that you make that pivot. Now, the effects are not going to be obvious right away. it's probably one or two seemingly small decisions that ultimately have a massive impact. And I think it's going to be really easy. I don't know that Cancer is in a position where things need to be especially hard unless you are making it hard, or unless you have like a significant other or someone that you're co-creating with that's making it really difficult. But what I'm sensing here is that this is an effortless trajectory that you could be on with absolutely zero obstacles. And it's going to open something up for you. And I hope you're ready. I think a lot of Cancers feel ready. They feel ready for getting out of that plutonic stagnation, you know? And what I love is having Mars in your sign, but you also have Saturn in a really positive, harmonious trine with your sign as well, which means he's sort of positively adding to your Saturnine experience, okay? Adding to the structures that you're hoping to set up for yourself in your life. Now, in your environment, you have a Queen of Wands. This may be someone you know personally, or it may be someone that you just know of, you know, like you know of them through social media or through some other means. Maybe you like their books or something. I don't know that the Queen of Wands is especially involved in anything right now, but I do feel that the Queen of Wands is really supportive, but she is also focused on her own stuff. If this is in fact a significant other or a sibling or a friend or a coworker, this Queen of Wands will be there for you, but only to an extent. This is not someone that you should be running every little tiny thing by them. They won't really be able to handhold you through anything. Not that you need it really, but they won't be able to in case you do. This is someone who's just going to say, they're going to listen to you for 10 minutes and be like, this is how to solve the problem, or this is what you should do, or try this, or whatever the case is. And then they're going to go on with their business. What I think Cancer needs right now are people who are just going to be able to look in, offer some really, really good ideas, and then get out. I don't think Cancer wants anyone meddling in their process. This is the beautiful thing about Mars. There's a I can do it myself mentality. I can do it, I just need you to maybe show me how, or tell me how, but I can do it. And for some reason that means something to Cancer right now, being able to do it on their own, needing to prove it to themselves, especially if this comes down to manifestations. This isn't something that you expect anyone to really shoulder for you right now. I don't know that you have it in you to really request anything from anyone. It's just you need some guidance. And I feel like that Queen of Wands is like a little angelic presence here who is offering you exactly the amount of guidance that you are requiring, and nothing more and nothing less. I do trust this person. I do trust their ideas. They may not necessarily fit for your personality though. This person is coming from a perspective of, well, first of all, this is an Aries card, and I know you've got Aries in your 10th. You've got a lot of course, it's Aries season, so there's a lot of Aries in the chart. Excuse me. But they're really straight shooters, and they don't usually take the time to think about how they feel about something, okay? Just because this is something that they would do doesn't necessarily mean it's the way that you have to do it in order to accomplish it. You may take portions of their advice or portions of their ideas and implement small parts of it. Now, you may not see the results that they see, but at least you'll feel good about it. And I think that's the important thing, is feeling good about it. And you will see some results. I'm not saying you won't see any. Okay, so what else for Cancer? We have a 10 of coins. An Ace of Wands. And a Justice card. So honestly, this really is this kind of path that you're on here. It's to the 10 of coins. And what I like about the 10 of coins, I always say you, the viewer, get to really inject a meaning here. You get to inject a picture of the quote unquote perfect life. And I say that, not literally, but in an ideal world, what would your life look like? What would your relationship look like? What would your bank account look like? What would your schedule, like all the things, what would everything look like? That's what the 10 of coins is really all about. This does feel like a month of manifestation. It doesn't mean that all the manifestations are going to actualize, but this is the time of initiation for a lot of things, okay? And with the 10 of coins, it's a card of validation for you, Cancer, that this way you're already going is already perfectly aligned with your 10 of coins. And whatever this Fool is, whatever this new beginning, this new project, this new whatever that starts this month, is just like going to facilitate and accelerate your path toward this. I do think Cancer should be really receptive of opportunities with that Ace of Wands. I'm not saying you have to take everything, and I'm not saying you have to listen to everyone's advice. But there are going to be some good things that come down the pipeline for you. And I would hate to see Cancer rejecting those things simply because it wasn't what they originally had intended. I do feel the universe wants to make this easy. The universe does not want to make this hard on you. There's no need for stress or worry or anything like that. And with the Justice card, what this tells me is that things are balancing out. I think you've been on this trajectory for quite some time. You've been, the momentum is pretty strong. And if you feel you're like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this forever and I've gotten nothing, I haven't seen results, I don't have a ring on my finger yet, I don't have that money yet, I don't have that award yet, I don't have that house yet, where is it? This seems like a month where those scales are starting to balance. And what I mean by that is the as above, so below is coming into a match. So what you have internally in terms of your emotional state, your vibrational state, we can do all the law of attraction-y type of things. What's going on inside of you is it's starting to the scales are starting to tip now toward the external world. It's not just going to be internal anymore. It's going to now shift to be external as well. And that's the thing with manifestation that, I'm not saying no one talks about. People talk about it, but it's not as fun of a conversation to talk about how the external world, there's a significant time delay. There's a significant lag period. Because you may have been in this mental state, this emotional state for a long time. In fact, this card actually proves to me you have been in that state for a very long time. And only just now are you starting to really see the scales tipping, and are you really starting to see the things that you've been hoping to see really start to show up. Okay, fine. I'll take both of these. Apparently. Okay, 5 of Wands and 10 of Wands. Now I see some difficult personality. Okay, I love the Wheel of Fortune with the Justice because this feels very sweet and satisfying. Sometimes when we do our quote-unquote manifestations, we set everything in motion and we go, and then nothing happens and we get bored and we move on to the next thing. And then by the time we move on to the next thing, then this old thing happens and we're like, that's old news. I don't even care about that anymore. I'm already 20 steps ahead. But it's very rare when like that moment that you really want to have it and the moment where you actually get it merge. And I feel that there's a merging here. Something beautiful is really coming together for Cancer. But I don't see that everyone sees it that way with this Five of Wands. I think there are people who are going to struggle with that. Maybe they look at you with your 10 of coins and they don't believe that they can have it too, or they don't believe that they're going to be a part of it, or they think you're silly or ridiculous, or I don't know, but there does seem to be some difficult personalities. Now with Cancer in your sign, Cancer in your sign, with Mars in your sign, Cancer, you are more likely to butt heads with people. Now, if you're not a naturally aggressive person, I'm not saying that now all of a sudden you're going to be like getting in fights with people or anything, but I do think Mars gives you that capacity to really stand firm and stand your ground really strong, like in a strong way, with a strong presence and an undeniable empowerment, which could be different for some of you. Now, some of you may natally have that and it's a very natural thing for you. Others of you may not. If you don't, I think that's something that might take people by surprise. Oh, Cancer is standing up. Cancer is saying something. They're asserting a boundary. They're actually saying what they feel. They're actually doing this or doing that. And, their reaction to that might be a little defensive. Now, you may also have things going on with other people in your life, meaning you're not necessarily involved in the ruckus, but you end up becoming a peacemaker. It might go the other way, where you become the peacemaker for other people's stuff. And it's not necessarily that you want to be a peacemaker for them. I'm not saying you don't love and care about them. Maybe you do, but that's not the real motivation. The real motivation is you don't want to deal with it or hear about it because it pulls you down, and with the 10 of Wands, you have enough on your plate as it is. You have enough going on as it is. You're dedicated, you're committed, you're powering through here. You're making something incredible happen. And that's where you want to be. That's what you want to be doing with your time and with your energy. Like, you don't have time for this. You only have time for things that really matter. Now, if you have a spouse or a significant other, or you live with someone, or you have children, or you have other types of intimate relationships, and you get into this head-to-head heated discussion, if you do in fact get into that, I think you're pretty much going to do everything in your power to put it to rest as quickly as you can. Because again, you don't want anyone to have this effect on you. You don't want anyone to pull you away or to suck energy out of you, because your energy is so special and so needed for what it is that you're trying to do. Now, while this path may not necessarily seem very complicated because it seems to be what you've already been planning, right? Like I say, you're already pretty aligned. Maybe knowing that you are so aligned, you're going to protect that even more. And you should be protecting it. And this does seem a little bit like a threat. It seems like a threat because I think it's from people who don't understand, and they're too caught up in their own, feelings or their own egos or their own perception of the world or whatever. And it seems silly to me. It does seem very petty. If you're dating or trying to date, you might not have a lot of luck with going out there and trying to date. This might be a time for Cancer to just, again, continue on with their life plans as was originally planned. And you can probably expect, I'm not saying it will happen in April, but at some point, sooner rather than later, that really wonderful person that you've been dying to meet is just going to just pop in. All of a sudden, they're in your life, completely effortless, and at the emotional and spiritual maturity level that you really need. Okay, 8 of Wands. I love to see it. We have the Hermit. Why am I feeling like Cancer needs to fly solo with that Hermit? Cancer needs to fly solo briefly, not entirely and not indefinitely, just for a while. Now, when I say fly solo, obviously some of you are already married or whatever, but there does seem to be things that you need to do for yourself. Things that you need to do to keep your nose down, to keep your head in your own business. And you need other people to just not get involved. You need other people to not interject unless explicitly asked. And that's what I love about this Queen of Wands, is that she's not meddling because she's so busy. She does not care. But when you come to her and you ask, she'll tell you what she thinks and then go on with her business. Like I say, this seems like something you want to do for yourself. Here, Hermit, solo mode. You know, like you don't want like if you already have a significant other, you don't want them to get involved in this. You don't want them to try to come in and control it or come in and try to fix it or whatever. Like Cancer's like, no, I can and will do this on my own. You know, I'm going to move my microphone thing here. Then we have the 8 of Wands. It's interesting that this is kind of going in the opposite direction. I just sort of feel like Cancer is going to do anything to get away from the stuff that is not coherent with the life that they are trying to build. Actually, Cancer, you might be incredibly inaccessible right now. Very few people having access to you in a real way. Now, obviously, if you're at a workplace, you have to communicate with your team and all of that. But when it comes to your heart, I mean, it's hard enough to get into a Cancer's heart anyway, but it's especially hard right now. I don't know that you're really wanting to share a lot of the intimate details of your life. You're not wanting to even really go inside yourself. I don't know that this month is about healing. It's not necessarily about your traumas or anything like that. What it feels like is accomplishing your worldly goals, right? 10th house with Aries activation. We're going to have Taurus activated later on. Jupiter is still coming through that 10th house here. So it does feel more materially driven. And it feels right. That's the thing, is it feels right to be focusing there. Now that Knight of Cups I don't think is you. I feel like it's someone that's not with the program. Like really just not with the program. And it might be someone who with the 5 of Wands too. They just don't get it. They're really caught. Now, Knight of Cups can be a beautiful person and they have really pure intentions most of the time. And I think this one does have pure intentions, but they're just not seeing what you see, Cancer. They're not seeing the same kind of future that you see. Like, let's use a dating scenario because that's something we all understand. But please remember, this is just an example for visualization purposes. This might, let's say you just started dating someone and you have an incredible connection and you love being together and it's wonderful. The sex is great. The communication is deep. You can talk about all sorts of wonderful things. But this person, maybe they don't have a really great job and they don't have a lot of money and they're not really in a place where they can think about getting married and having children, which maybe that's what you want. So when you're like, I really, we need to think about our future and when are we going to get married and how many kids do you want? This might be someone who's like, I just want to be together. All I want is you. But they're kind of caught up in this like emotional fantasy world because it feels so good, but they don't really have the practical stuff going on in their life. Like it's too lopsided toward the good feelings and the emotion and chasing the exhilaration, but they don't really have the stability. This is what I mean, like by they're not with the program. And so if you end up trying to break up with this person, it's like, but I love you, but I love you, but I love you. Isn't that enough? And you're like, it's not. There's no future here. But I love you, but I love you. No, there's no future here. Okay? This is what I mean. It's kind of how the Knight of Cups is coming out to me right now. And that might be hard. And this is why maybe you need to go solo with something here. Sometimes it's I don't even know that you're going to really even be able to communicate all that well with the Knight of Cups because their field of vision is just a lot more narrow than yours. Okay? You're looking at wide open spaces and this person is looking at their cup right in front of them and that's it. All right? They're not looking anywhere else. Where here you're looking up and out and your heart is open, and here they're covered in armor. They may talk all about their feelings, or they may talk all about, their dreams, but they're blocked. They're completely shut off. And I think you can tell, you can feel that difference. You're open, they're not. And that's it. And there's nothing you can do to open this person up. Okay? They just have to go through life and learn. So let's pull up. Hold on, I'm not ready yet. Actually, we got 3 cards. We'll take them. We're going to pull out the clarifiers for the comprehensive reading. The link for that is found in the description box in the comment thread down below. We normally talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all the cards I'm about to pull out. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. Okay, so we have a King of Coins. Yes, a King of Coins, a King of Cups. Vastly different from a Knight of Cups. Okay. So what else is going on in the environment for Cancer? Hermit. Eight of Cups. Yeah, you do seem to be walking away from something. Or drifting, let's say drifting away. It feels more energetic than it feels physical. I don't think physically you're moving away from anything. I mean, some of you might be, but most of you probably not. But emotionally and spiritually, you are drifting away from a certain thing or place or way of life. Oh, beautiful. The Lovers on top of that 10 of Coins. Judgment. And 5 of Cups. Well, the 5 of Cups certainly goes on with the 8 of Cups. Another 5 of Wands there. 8 of Coins. And a 9 of Coins. Justice. We have Death. 6 of Cups. And another Hermit. My goodness, this is what I mean. You have to do this on your own. Now we have Ace of Coins. Something controversial about these aces. The Moon. I do think Cancer is operating on a lot of faith. 3 of Wands, beautiful. Knight of Swords. We had a 5 of Coins, a Knight of Swords, and a 3 of Cups. Now for this lovely Wheel of Fortune, what do we have? Okay, Cancer, you've got some choices. I can't run away from that part of this reading. Seven of Wands. Another Justice card. Ooh, another 10 of coins. We got 9 of coins, 10 of coins, 10 of coins, and 10 of cups. A lot of really good cards coming out. Beautiful. We have the Empress. Ooh, another King of coins. We have the 7 of coins. Another Ace of swords. Ooh, Knight of cups. King of swords, yeah, see? There's something off about that knight. I knew it. Absolutely knew it. Ace of cups. 2 of wands. Okay, so this is where we are going to pick up in the comprehensive. If you want to join me, you are more than welcome. Thank you all so much. You guys know I love and adore you. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.